Alright, welcome back to another YouTube video, everyone. I finally have my mic clipped onto me, so I hope you guys can hear me alright. I finally have a microphone that lets me be audible instead of me just holding it up every time, so hopefully this works better. By the way, thank you so much, guys. My last video got over 260 views, which is really insane. I never expected one of my videos to do that well. Like, it might not seem like a lot, but I've never had a video of mine reach that many views on YouTube, so it was really exciting for me. But really, it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Thank you all so much for those who subscribed as well. So really grateful for you guys. So yeah, welcome to the channel. My name is Emmanuel, and I just make videos where I ramble and talk about stuff on my takes. On my channel, I usually talk about like stuff on self-improvement and like my take on, certain topics relating to that like field. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about in this video is New Year's resolutions. Now, when you think about New Year's resolutions, a lot of people think about, resolutions as goals, which they pretty much are, like they're goals or affirmations that you tell yourself that you're going to be achieving in the next year that comes. Now, an interesting take I have on this is when you really think about it, New Year's resolutions, all it is motivation. At least that's what I think. I see it as motivation to like start something new, to pursue something that, you want to get, whether that's physically, emotionally, financially, like physiologist, man. But yeah, I just really think about that kind of stuff as like just a big motivator on the end. And throughout the year, let's say like maybe like the first couple of weeks you actually do stick to what you said you were gonna do, you actually tend to fall off a lot of the time when you actually do set those resolutions. I speak from personal experience on this. I kept telling myself every year that I would personally, like for me, I would like go to the gym every day and like get jacked, which I was doing for a good bit, which I actually did. I ended up getting some pretty good muscle, but it would fall off really fast. The consistency would die out, and I would go like for a long period of time, like weeks to a month, of not doing anything, like no exercise and just falling off. And then from there, I would pretty much get like discouraged to ever like continue doing my goal because you're discouraged. You don't feel like doing it no more. You feel like you failed. And I feel like a lot of the time that happens for a lot of people, and it's not just physically, like maybe you're trying to work on your mental health, you're trying to better yourself, but then like if you make one small mistake, you start beating up yourself to never want to, like, not never, but you just beat yourself up on, giving up pretty much on like what you said you were going to do because discouragement hits really hard for some people, and it hits pretty hard for me because doing content creation and all that, it's really easy to get discouraged by seeing others do better than you, which, I definitely did do that for me early on. But, just remember that everyone goes at their own pace. And if you're going really slowly, then that should not be a reason to give up, because as long as you are making like growth, even if it's just by like 1%, that's enough. Just 1% every day, guys. 1% every day is progress to bettering yourselves and to work towards your goals. Actually, like you guys should start seeing it that way. Just get 1% better every single day, and like if you can just grow like by 1% every single day, then you're set. You're bound to succeed. But yeah, guys, don't let your New Year's resolutions be like just motivation for you guys to like get your shit locked down. Like obviously, like you should take the time to like write down and think about what you want to actually pursue and achieve in 2026. I know for me, like I want to obviously start growing on YouTube, start growing my Instagram page, my self brand, pretty much, personal brand, whatever it's called. I would want to also lock down like I would also want to like lock in physically in like the gym as well. But recently I had a shoulder surgery right here, so I'm a little bit crippled in that aspect. I had a torn labrum, so I made a YouTube video about it, explaining like how I got that injury and the process. So I'll put those in the description if you guys are interested in checking those out. But yeah, it's gonna be definitely really discouraging for me, especially when it comes to fitness. I'm personally someone who's really big into fitness. I've been doing fitness since I was like 12. Like that's like the first time I set foot in the gym or like in an actual fitness space. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough as I'm still recovering. But yeah, to ramble on here, what I'm doing today on New Year's Eve, honestly, I'm not really gonna do anything. I'm probably just gonna be staying home for the most part and just really reflect, I guess. Do some self-reflection on what I want to get done in 2026. Maybe do some meditating. I know meditating really helps a lot. I actually really encourage you guys to do it. It's pretty healing. it gives you time to really think about like what you want to do and like to clear your mind off things. But yeah, it's gonna be really different for me when it comes to fitness. Maybe I could actually reflect on, you know, mental stuff, which I actually don't do too much. I know that should actually be something I should do. Even though I told you guys, like, you know, mentioned like if you want to do like something emotionally, mentally, even though I'm someone who doesn't really work that area, but you know, I hear it could help a lot. But honestly, guys, if I were to give you guys something like really important to work on, like mentally and like for like your emotional health, is really like I haven't done this yet, but I'm planning to do it. But is to really learn to forgive yourself for what you've done, or like anything, like literally anything you've done. Like I know we've all have our past mistakes that we've done, but really like I think the most important thing we can do is to go into 2026 forgiving ourselves, you know, starting over this year to redeem ourselves, because you are you right now. You know, you're you right now. You're not your past. You're not like the mistakes you've done. You don't let those mistakes define you, because those mistakes are things that you learn from. So don't let anyone put you down on that, guys. Use those mistakes to uplift yourself to become better. But yeah, I didn't really have much else to talk about in this video besides just New Year's resolutions and, you know, what that looks like for other people and, you know, what I think about them, my plans and everything. To get off topic now and like ramble on a little bit, today I got a drug urinalysis done. I had to like urinate in a cup, but for my internship, I'm gonna be starting in January 12th, I think. It's gonna be at some sheriff's office, so you know, obviously for those kind of jobs, you do need to get like you know drug tested. So yeah, that should be pretty good. I haven't drank or done drugs, so I'm clean on that part. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers that subscribe to my page. Welcome. And thank you for like 260 views. Like, you have no idea what that means to me. You know, I'm really blessed. So, hey, guys, I will catch you guys in 2026 and Happy New Year. Hope you guys spend some time with your families. Peace.